Today, we're diving into E.R. Braithwaite's incredible autobiographical novel, To Sir with Love. Now, this is a story that gets right to the heart of what it really means to teach, and maybe more importantly, what it takes to earn respect when you're facing a wall of prejudice. It's a powerful journey for sure. And at its core, the whole book boils down to this one huge question. What do you do? How do you possibly teach a classroom full of rebellious, angry kids who've already made up their minds that you're going to fail? That's the exact problem our protagonist is up against. So let's meet the man at the center of it all, Ricky Braithwaite. He's brilliant, he's determined, but he's a teacher by accident, not by choice. His path to standing in front of that classroom was anything but direct. Yeah, teaching was not his plan A, not even plan B. You see, he'd served as an officer in the Royal Air Force during World War II. He was a highly qualified engineer. But in post-war Britain, none of that mattered to employers. All they saw was the color of his skin. After facing one door slammed after another, teaching was literally his last resort. And the job he finally gets? It's at Greenslade School, in a really rough part of London's East End. Now, you have to picture this world. It's still picking up the pieces from the war, a place just full of poverty and trauma, and Braithwaite, already an outsider, gets thrown right into the middle of it. From the very first day, Braithwaite discovers that his job title isn't really teacher. It's more like target for a classroom packed with angry, disillusioned teenagers who are ready to tear him apart. I mean, the gap between what he was hoping for and what he actually walked into was just massive. He expected some level of order, maybe a little respect. What he got was pure chaos. Desk slamming, foul language flying, and absolutely zero respect. They saw him as just another authority figure to be broken. And this wasn't just a classroom problem. You have to understand, Braithwaite was fighting a battle on two fronts. He felt British. He'd served his country in the Air Force. But English society kept sending him the same message over and over. Because of your skin color, you will always be an outsider. So after weeks of just getting nowhere, Braithwaite hits a breaking point. Yelling at them didn't work, punishing them didn't work. He realized that if he was ever going to break through this wall of hostility, he had to do something totally different, something radical. And this right here is the turning point of the entire story. The students, they were geared up for another fight, another shouting match. But Braithwaite completely flips the script. He decides to give them something they've probably never gotten from a teacher before: real, unconditional respect. So he proposes a new contract. From now on, he tells them, he's not going to treat them like kids. He's going to treat them like adults. He'll show them courtesy, and he expects it back. And this meant simple but profound changes. Girls would be called Miss, boys would be addressed by their last names, and instead of yelling, they'd have discussions. At first, of course, the students think it's a joke, some kind of trick, but Braithwaite sticks with it, day in, day out. And as he does, something pretty incredible starts to happen. A slow but really powerful transformation starts to take over that classroom. It started with a lot of resistance, but he just kept going. He started taking them out of the classroom on trips to museums and theaters, showing them a world they'd never seen. And little by little, their attitudes, even their personal hygiene, started to change. You could see them developing maturity, empathy, and eventually a real admiration for this teacher who treated them with dignity. Now, it's worth noting he wasn't totally alone in this. He had two really important allies: the school's forward-thinking headmaster, a man named Mr. Florian, and another teacher, Gillian Blanchard. She really admired what he was doing and became a close friend. Their support was absolutely crucial. It gave him the space to let this radical experiment actually work. So that transformation is the heart of the story, but its lessons go so far beyond just one classroom in the 1940s. Why does this book still hit so hard today? Well, because the lessons Braithwaite taught are completely timeless. You see, the novel is so much more than a teaching story. It's a really sharp look at the brutal reality of racism, the deep scars of colonialism, and the trauma that war and poverty leave behind. But in the end, it's really a testament to the power of human dignity and compassion to change everything. And that's the big takeaway here, isn't it? The reason Braithwaite succeeded where everyone else had failed is that he understood something fundamental. Before he could ever teach them about math or history, he first had to teach them their own value as human beings. He gave them dignity, and by doing that, he helped them find it in themselves. So that leaves us with one final, pretty big question. The book shows us that respect is the currency of dignity. It was a massive lesson for a broken-down classroom in the 1940s, but when you look around at our world today, you have to ask, is that a lesson we've truly learned yet?